A Kansas mom became upset when she saw an elementary school teacher's warning on her 7-year-old daughter's paper. For most first graders, a school is a place where teachers cultivate and praise learning, especially if it exceeds expectations. Of course, no parent would ever imagine that a trusted educator would attempt to hold back their child's progress. However, for Kansas mom Brenda Hatcher, that's exactly what happened when her daughter showed signs of accelerated learning. When Brenda picked up her 7-year-old daughter Alyssa from school, she looked through her backpack, checking her day's work. The caring mother couldn't believe her eyes when she spotted a correction in bright red ink at the top of her child's grammar lesson. However, it wasn't something that the girl answered wrong that earned the teacher's scorn. Brenda Hatcher shared a photo of her daughter's paper on social media, expressing outrage over the teacher's mark, which had absolutely nothing to do with any error committed by the child. Instead of correcting a mistake or issue with the 7-year-old's answers, the teacher proceeded to chastise Brenda's daughter for displaying superior penmanship, scolding, "Stop writing in cursive. You have had several warnings." Even more disturbing to Brenda was that the teacher's chiding wasn't pointing to anything Alyssa had answered in the homework section. In fact, the offense to which the educator was referring was the child's name at the top of her paper. Understandably, Brenda Hatcher was confused and incensed that the teacher took issue with her child practicing writing her name in cursive. Alyssa is 7. Not only is her mother a military veteran, but she took the time to teach her very young child how to write in cursive. This is her teacher's response. Brenda expressed her concern that the teacher's chastisement could discourage her daughter and fellow classmates from giving their best. She and others on social media pointed out that this type of response to students going above and beyond in the classroom undoubtedly creates an atmosphere of conformity instead of nurturing their individual skills. Brenda Hatcher further explained that Alyssa doesn't do this sort of thing all the time. She added that writing in cursive used to be encouraged rather than punished. "The thing is that she doesn't write everything in cursive," she commented. "That's her own personal signature. I had to learn to write in cursive when I was young. This should never be something a teacher frowns upon." Brenda further pointed to the teacher's apparent hypocrisy, alleging that she should work on her own writing before scolding the students for their developments. And apparently she can't even get things right herself as an adult, considering her little mess at the beginning of her lovely note to a 7-year-old, she wrote. While most social media users shared in Brenda's outrage, some argued that the issue was not in excelling but in obeying commands. Still, others expressed the importance of individuality over sheer obedience. Brenda remains proud of her little girl, regardless of the teacher's disapproval in her handwriting practices. Incredibly, this simple warning has sparked an important debate on the potential flaws in the public education system. Despite where you stand on the issues of writing, in cursive, or following instructions, most can agree that there are crucial issues in the school system that need to be addressed. Brenda Hatcher's post quickly went viral, drawing attention from parents, educators, and advocates across the country. Many parents expressed their shared frustration, recounting their own stories of educators stifling creativity or discouraging individuality. One mother commented, "This is why I homeschool my kids. They need to be celebrated for their unique skills, not punished for them." Others chimed in, questioning why cursive, a skill once deemed essential, was now treated as a disruption in the classroom. The discussion highlighted a deeper issue. Why is cursive no longer taught or encouraged in many schools? Some educators argue that with the rise of technology, traditional penmanship has become less critical. However, numerous parents and experts maintain that cursive is more than just a method of writing. It fosters motor skills, memory retention, and creativity. Brenda's post reignited a debate about whether schools are doing enough to balance modern tools with foundational skills like handwriting. Alyssa's story also struck a chord with former teachers, some of whom admitted to feeling pressure to conform to standardized teaching methods. "We're given strict curriculums and guidelines," one retired teacher wrote. "Anything outside of that can be seen as off-task." It's not always the teacher's fault, it's the system they're forced to operate in. Still, many felt the teacher's approach was unnecessarily harsh. Some commenters turned their focus to the broader implications of such reprimands. "This isn't just about cursive," one parent argued. It's about teaching kids that stepping outside the box is wrong. That's not how you inspire the next generation of innovators. Others pointed out that discouraging a child's effort could lead to long-term self-esteem issues, especially at such a young and impressionable age. For Alyssa, the experience could have had a lasting impact if not for her mother's unwavering support. Brenda made it her mission to remind her daughter that her skills were something to be proud of. She began encouraging Alyssa to practice her cursive even more at home, telling her, "This is your superpower, and no one can take that away from you." The controversy also opened up a conversation about the role of teachers in nurturing talents that fall outside the curriculum. Many agreed that while educators are tasked with maintaining structure in the classroom, they also have a responsibility to recognize and encourage exceptional abilities. Alyssa's teacher missed an opportunity to praise her for going above and beyond, one commenter wrote. Instead, she made her feel like she did something wrong. Interestingly, Alyssa's ability to write in cursive wasn't just a random skill, it was something she had worked hard to develop. Brenda shared that she had spent months teaching her daughter cursive, seeing it as an essential skill that would set her apart. Brenda herself learned cursive as a child and believed it instilled discipline and pride in her work. "I wanted her to feel the same sense of accomplishment I felt," Brenda explained. Despite the initial backlash, some teachers defended the educator's actions, stating that classroom rules are important for maintaining order. The story eventually reached local media outlets, sparking further discussions on public education policies. Some parents called for more flexibility in teaching methods, urging schools to embrace a more personalized approach. Brenda, however, chose not to escalate the situation beyond raising awareness. Her goal was not to vilify the teacher, but to bring attention to a growing issue within the education system. As the debate continued online and in local communities, Brenda's primary focus remained on her daughter. She encouraged Alyssa to keep honing her cursive skills, even gifting her a special notebook to practice in. "No matter what anyone says, your hard work is something to be proud of," Brenda told her daughter. Alyssa, in turn, began to see the situation not as a setback, but as a reminder to always stay true to herself. Brenda's story didn't just spark a conversation, it inspired action. Parents in her community began advocating for changes in their local schools, pushing for more open-minded and encouraging teaching practices. Some even started petitions to reintroduce cursive writing into the curriculum, emphasizing its importance in fostering creativity and critical thinking. For Brenda, the outpouring of support was a reminder that one voice could ignite a much larger movement. If this helps even one child feel more confident in their abilities, then it's all been worth it, Brenda said. As for Alyssa, she continues to practice her cursive with pride, a testament to the power of standing up for what you believe in.